What's up, coin collectors and treasure hunters? Welcome back to the channel, where pocket change can turn into profit. Today, we're counting down the top 5 Jefferson Nickels you need to know about. These aren't just your average nickels, some of them are rare, valuable, and loaded with history, from wartime silver nickels to major mint errors and key dates that collectors are hunting for. This list might just have you digging through your coin jar tonight. It's small. It's common. It's worth 5 cents, or is it? Hidden in plain sight, the 1982 P. Jefferson nickel is a coin shrouded in mystery, confusion, and value. Some say it's just pocket change. But for collectors in the know, it could be a treasure worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The year was 1982. Ronald Reagan was president. The U.S. economy was still reeling from inflation and recession. And at the Philadelphia Mint, a subtle change was about to redefine how collectors would view Jefferson nickels forever. For decades, the nickel bore the image of the third U.S. president, Thomas Jefferson. But in 1982, something strange happened. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint began featuring a P mint mark, for the very first time in Jefferson nickel history. Prior to this, Philadelphia didn't place mint marks on its nickels. The sudden appearance of the P mark in 1982 confused the public and sparked interest among collectors. But this was just the beginning. 1982 wasn't just the year the P mint mark appeared. It was also the year the U.S. Mint began transitioning coin planchets, the blank discs used to strike coins, from heavier copper-nickel compositions to lighter alloys. This affected cents, but confusion spilled over into nickels, creating misunderstandings and myths. While there was no formal composition change in the nickel, the significance of the 1982 P lies in something far more subtle: the quality and rarity of high-grade strikes from this year. To the untrained eye, the 1982 P Jefferson nickel may seem like any other coin jingling in a coffee shop tip jar. But to a numismatist, a serious coin collector, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale. And for the 1982 P nickel, finding one in pristine mint state condition, especially MS 66 or higher, is exceedingly rare. Most were struck weakly, with poorly defined steps on Monticello, the iconic building featured on the reverse. But here's the kicker: if your 1982 P nickel has full steps, meaning all 5 or 6 steps on Monticello are sharp and clearly separated, you're holding on to a rarity. So, how much is this coin actually worth? Let's dive into the numbers. In recent years, auction prices have skyrocketed for high-grade 1982 P Jefferson nickels. A specimen graded MS 67 with full steps sold for over $3,000. In 2025, the coin continues to trend upward in value, thanks to growing demand, shrinking supply, and a renewed interest in modern rarities. Today, a typical 1982 P nickel in circulated condition is still worth face value, 5 cents. But in uncirculated MS 65 condition, it might fetch $5 to $15. Push that to MS 66, and prices rise sharply, often exceeding $50 to $100. If you're lucky enough to have a MS 67 full steps example, that's a 4-figure coin, with prices ranging from $1,200 to $3,500 depending on appeal and auction venue. Now you may be wondering, how can I tell if my nickel is valuable? Step 1. Check the obverse. Look for a clear P mint mark to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Step 2. Flip it over. Inspect Monticello under magnification. Are all the steps visible and sharply struck? If yes, you may have a full steps variety. Step 3. Get it graded. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC can authenticate and certify your coin's grade, adding both legitimacy and value. Visuals: hands using a magnifier, coins being sent off to a grading company, and a slabbed graded coin being unboxed. In a world where million-dollar coins are often centuries old, the 1982 P Jefferson nickel is a modern marvel. It proves that even in the age of digital money and crypto, real treasure still hides in the jingling change in your pocket. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, always keep an eye on your nickels. That ordinary 1982 P might just be your hidden fortune. In the quiet shadows of pocket change and forgotten drawers lies a coin so common, yet so elusive, a coin minted in Denver in the year 1984, hiding secrets of rarity, value, and numismatic intrigue. This is the story of the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent piece you might dismiss, but one that could be worth far more than 5 cents. Welcome back to the channel, where hidden treasures come to life, and where numismatics isn't just a hobby, it's a journey into history. Today, we dive deep into the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that many believe to be just another piece of change, yet under the surface, it holds a story of value, of scarcity, and of unexpected fortune. 1984, a year of Cold War tensions, Olympic triumphs, and economic evolution in the United States. The Jefferson nickel, bearing the profile of the third U.S. president, had already been circulating for nearly half a century. It had become a fixture in the pockets of Americans, overlooked, yet always present. At the Denver Mint, more than 676 million Jefferson nickels were struck in 1984. A high mintage year, on the surface. But as every numismatist knows, quantity never guarantees commonality. The 1984 D. Jefferson nickel carries the classic design by Felix Schlag, Jefferson's dignified portrait on the obverse, and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. It's made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a durable composition. Weighing in at 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, this coin is familiar in hand, yet it's the small details that tell the real story. Look closely, and you may discover the difference between a nickel worth 5 cents, and one worth hundreds. Let's talk rarity. While the 1984 D is not scarce in circulated condition, certain error coins and high-grade examples are. This is where things get interesting. Some 1984 D. Jefferson nickels were struck with die cracks, off-center errors, or even full steps on Monticello, the holy grail for Jefferson nickel collectors. The full steps designation refers to a fully struck reverse where all 5 or 6 steps of Monticello are visible and sharp. It's rare, and collectors pay a premium for it. A coin with full steps in MS 65 or higher, graded by PCGS or NGC, can fetch upwards of $500 to $1,000 at auction, or more, depending on market conditions. So, what makes a 1984 D nickel valuable? It all comes down to condition and strike quality. In circulated grades, VG, F, VF, this coin is worth just face value. But in uncirculated mint state grades, MS 63, MS 65, or higher, especially with full steps, the value soars. As of 2025, here are the current market values: MS 60 to MS 63, $2 to $5 MS 64, $7 to $15 MS 65, regular strike $20 to $50 MS 65 with full steps, $150 to $300 MS 66 full steps and above, can exceed $1,000, with record sales reported at major numismatic auctions. As we stand in 2025, the demand for high-quality, certified Jefferson nickels has been quietly but steadily increasing, driven by a new wave of collectors and investors. Full steps examples from the 1980s, previously overlooked, have become highly desirable. The population of top-graded 1984 D nickels remains very low, which continues to drive prices higher. Auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers have seen increased bidding activity on full steps Jefferson nickels. A recent MS 66 full steps 1984 D brought in $1,750, setting a new record for the issue. This isn't just a fluke. This is a trend. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 1984 D nickel? Here's what to check: mint mark. Look for the D on the right of Monticello, confirming it's from Denver. Steps. Flip the coin and examine Monticello. Are the steps full and sharply defined? Condition: minimal wear, no scratches, strong strike. These are key. Errors, die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, all add value. Use a magnifier. Compare with certified examples. And consider submitting to PCGS or NGC if you suspect you've got a gem. The 1984 D. Jefferson nickel is a coin of contrasts. On one hand, a common coin found in change. On the other, a potential treasure hiding in plain sight. It reminds us that value is often concealed beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered by the observant, the patient, and the passionate. So the next time you're handed a nickel, pause. Look closer. Because you just might be holding a small fortune. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the story of the 1984 Jefferson nickel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. Could it be that an ordinary nickel, minted in the year 2000, holds extraordinary value, a coin so common, yet in some rare forms, so incredibly sought after? This is not just pocket change, this is the 2000p Jefferson nickel, and it might just be worth far more than 5 cents. In the year 2000, the United States Mint in Philadelphia produced over 762 million Jefferson nickels. That's right, a staggering number. And on the surface, this coin seemed just like any other. 5 cents. Nickel-copper composition. The iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the reverse, Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate. A design that endured for decades, unaltered, until just a few years later. Visual, coin production footage, images of Thomas Jefferson, shots of the Monticello reverse. But what makes the 2000p so special? Why do collectors and coin hunters whisper about it in forums, auctions, and treasure hunting communities? Most of these coins are worth no more than their face value, but a small number, very small, hide anomalies that defy expectations, die errors. Striking issues. Off-center misprints. Full steps, words that make the hearts of numismatists race. The rarest, most valuable 2000p nickels, those with full steps. This term refers to the steps on Monticello. If all 5 or 6 steps are clearly visible, uninterrupted, the coin receives the coveted full steps designation from grading authorities like PCGS and NGC. Why does this matter? Because it shows a near-perfect strike, a flaw-free masterpiece in a sea of average mints. Some 2000p Jefferson nickels have surfaced with errors that launch their value into the hundreds, even thousands. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double dies, where the date or letters appear ghosted, doubled, and then, the ultra-rare transitional planchet errors. Imagine a coin struck on the wrong metal blank, or with features from a different year. In some cases, collectors have paid over $1,000 for a single nickel with such defects. In numismatics, rarity meets condition. So a 2000p nickel with an error, and in pristine, uncirculated MS condition, can ignite bidding wars. A regular circulated coin, still 5 cents, but a 2000p with full steps, graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, expect $15 to $50, possibly more. MS67. Prices climb fast, into the $100 plus range. Got an MS68 with full steps? That's elite territory, only a handful exist, and collectors in 2025 are paying $500 to $1,200 depending on demand. Now, throw in a major error, like an off-metal strike or full double die, and the value can soar well past $2,000, sometimes more, if certified and well documented. Think you might have one of these gems hiding in your coin jar? Here's what to do. Inspect the steps on Monticello, look for clear, uninterrupted lines, use a 10x magnifying glass to check for doubling, planchet flaws, or off-center features. If it looks promising, send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Yes, it costs money, but for a high-grade coin, it's worth it. Once graded, auction it, either online or through a reputable dealer. Let the market decide its fate. The 2000p Jefferson nickel may seem common, but hidden among the hundreds of millions are coins that tell a different story, stories of precision, stories of imperfection, stories of hidden value. So check your change, dig through your drawers, because the next valuable coin might not be locked away in a vault. It might be sitting in your pocket, right now. In the world of numismatics, some coins rise quietly in value, unnoticed by the general public, while others become legends, treasured not just for their face value, but for the history they carry, the stories they tell, and the rarity they represent. Today, we unlock the tale of one such coin. A coin that has captured the eyes of collectors, a coin minted in the wake of a national awakening, a coin that, despite its humble denomination, could be worth hundreds or even thousands in the hands of the right collector. This is the story of the 2004 P. Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent piece that became a modern American icon. To understand the significance of the 2004 P. Jefferson nickel, we must travel back to a pivotal time in U.S. coinage history. In 2004, the United States Mint launched the Westward Journey Nickel Series, a bold and symbolic redesign initiative intended to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. For the first time in decades, the traditional reverse of the Jefferson nickel, featuring Monticello, was replaced with imagery inspired by the journey westward. It was a tribute to exploration, discovery, and American resilience. Two unique reverse designs were issued in 2004, the Louisiana Purchase/Peace Medal reverse, which symbolizes President Jefferson's vision for the young nation, the keelboat reverse, honoring the vessel that carried Lewis and Clark into uncharted territory. But among these, the 2004 P. Jefferson nickel with a Philadelphia Mint mark holds a unique place. While hundreds of millions of these coins were minted, not all 2004 P. nickels are created equal. Most circulated in pocket change, unnoticed. But error coins, high-grade specimens, and full steps varieties have emerged as treasures among collectors, commanding prices far beyond their 5-cent face value. Let's talk rarity. One of the most sought-after examples is the 2004 P. keelboat nickel with full steps designation. In numismatic terms, full steps refers to a sharp, well-defined strike of the Monticello steps. Even though Monticello is absent on the 2004 reverse, collectors still use this terminology loosely for coins struck with unusually strong detail and precision. Also notable are mint error coins, off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets struck through grease errors. These anomalies, often overlooked by the untrained eye, can turn a simple coin into a numismatic jackpot. Some 2004 P. nickels with major errors have sold for over $500, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error, and when it comes to high-grade examples, those graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, the auction block has seen sales ranging from $200 to $1,200, especially when demand surges. Now let's talk money. The current 2025 market value. As of this year, here's what you can expect for the 2004 P. Jefferson nickel. Circulated condition still holds face value, 5 cents, mint state 65, MS65 typically valued between $7 and $15. Mint state 67, MS67 now climbing, often fetching $75 to $150. Full steps designation, MS66, FS and above valued from $200 to $600, with some premium specimens going for over $1,000 at auction. Major error coins, depending on the type, rarity, and condition, values range from $50 to $1,200 or more. Demand for modern-era error coins and high-grade Westward Journey nickels has been steadily increasing among young and seasoned collectors alike. And as the series ages, the number of surviving pristine coins dwindles. The 2004 P. Jefferson nickel is more than just pocket change. It's a relic of a national moment, a canvas of historical homage, and for those who know what to look for, a potential goldmine. So, the next time you come across a nickel with the year 2004 and a tiny P beside Jefferson's portrait, look closer. It might be the start of your next great treasure. History hides in plain sight. In a world where pocket change often goes unnoticed, hidden treasures wait silently to be discovered. What if we told you that a single 5-cent coin, minted in 2011, could be worth far more than its face value today? Welcome to the story of the 2011 D. Jefferson nickel, a modern American coin that has taken collectors by surprise. The year was 2011. The United States Mint, located in Denver, Colorado, was bustling with activity. Among the billions of coins minted that year, one coin stood out, the Jefferson nickel bearing the D Mint mark. Since 1938, the face of President Thomas Jefferson has graced the 5-cent piece. But in 2006, a redesign brought a new, forward-facing Jefferson portrait into circulation. By 2011, this modern design was well established, but hidden beneath its unassuming surface was a coin that would pique the interest of sharp-eyed collectors for years to come. The D Mint mark signifies the Denver Mint, one of the most productive mints in the United States. In 2011, it struck approximately 382 million Jefferson nickels. To the untrained eye, that number suggests the coin is common, ordinary. But as numismatists will tell you, not all coins are created equal. The secret to the 2011 D lies not in quantity, but in quality, rarity in top grade, and unique minting characteristics that set certain specimens apart. While billions of coins pass through vending machines and piggy banks unnoticed, a small percentage are carefully preserved, professionally graded, and tucked away in collectors' vaults. It was in these numismatic circles that whispers began to surface. Certain 2011 D Jefferson Nickels were commanding significant premiums on the open market. Why? Because finding this coin in MS68 full steps condition, a grade awarded only to coins in near-perfect state with sharply struck steps on Monticello, is exceedingly rare. PCGS and NGC, the two most trusted third-party grading services, have received thousands of these coins for evaluation. But only a precious few have earned the elite status of MS68 or better. These coins, flawless in their preservation, have recently sold for upwards of $250 to $600, and sometimes more at auction. In the world of numismatics, condition is king. A 2011 D Jefferson nickel in circulated or low mint state condition might fetch a modest premium, perhaps 5 cents to $1, but for collectors seeking only the finest, the hunt for full-step specimens in MS67 and above has become a gold rush. As of 2025, demand has only intensified. With coin shows back in full swing and online auction platforms surging in popularity, high-grade 2011 D nickels are drawing bids from collectors around the globe. The current market value of a 2011 D Jefferson nickel in MS67 full steps is holding steady at $50 to $80. In MS68, prices are reaching as high as $500, and any coins graded above MS68 are considered extreme rarities, often bringing in four-figure sales. You may be asking, how can I tell if I have one of these rare coins? First, check for the D mint mark on the right side of Monticello on the reverse. Next, examine the steps of Monticello. Full steps, 5 or 6 clearly defined lines, are the key to maximum value. Lastly, if you believe your coin is in pristine, uncirculated condition, consider submitting it to a professional grading service, because what might appear as a simple nickel could in fact be a miniature fortune hiding in plain sight. The 2011 D Jefferson nickel may be a child of the modern minting era, but it stands as a testament to the fact that even today, treasures still exist in a pocket, in a jar, in your childhood coin collection, or at the bottom of your drawer. It may be worth 5 cents, or $500, the value lies not just in the metal, but in the story, the preservation, and the rarity. So before you spend that nickel, take a closer look, because the next valuable coin might already be in your hands. Subscribe for more numismatic stories. Your change could change everything.